right. Filming from Lake House number 2. Okay. I would be out there on the lake to show you guys how awesome it is, but we got some rain, so we're going to stay undercover and do this little video on objectivity. All right. So when you make decisions, your success or failure in your decision making, whether it's in dating or relationships, whether it's in your business, entrepreneurship, finances, goal setting, whatever it may be, your success or failure, it's completely predicated on your objectivity, your ability to see reality without self-delusion. The biggest thing that people do is they delude themselves. Okay, they lie to themselves. They jump onto ideas or a view or of the world that's just not correct. So you need to be able to see things objectively in order to make good decisions, whether that, again, that's mating decisions or any other decisions that you're going to make. So how do we maintain objectivity? What are we striving for? So a lot of people will tell you to think positive. Well, just think positive, all right? That's self-help. Success porn, self-help stuff will tell you that. I'm going to tell you that that's not the way to go, all right? Because just, that's kind of like, the whole The Secret, thing. Just think it's going to happen, right? A lot of bullshit with that, right? That's not real. Because sometimes things are not positive. Sometimes there are dangers ahead that you need to avoid, pitfalls. You need to make decisions so that bad things don't happen. And if you're just thinking positive and deluding yourself to just have this positive feel-good thinking, your decisions are not going to be objective, and you have the potentiality for falling flat on your face, right? How many people run into a business idea thinking real positive with no objective plan, and they blow themselves out and they fall on their face? Probably most people, actually, that start a business. How many people run into a relationship with a lot of positive thoughts about how that's going to go, thinking positive because they got good feelings about things because of all the feels, and anyway, they're not seeing things objectively, and they find themselves in a toxic scenario, right? All the time this stuff happens. So positive thinking is not the way to go. Positive thinking is useful when you are working towards an outcome. It's more of outcome independence, really, which is that and you're confident that things are going to work out no matter what happens, even with the things that you can't control. So, hey, I'm going to avoid pitfalls. I'm going to do the best I can. And let's say I don't achieve the exact thing I'm trying to achieve, but I know it's going to be okay because I'm confident in my ability to recover, confident in my ability to shift or change gears, so on and so forth. I'm maintaining objectivity here so I can make the right decisions to go towards the outcome that I want and avoid the pitfalls. So that allows me to have that outcome independence, and that's a level of positive thinking. It's a type of positive thinking, but it's certainly not delusional, right? As most positive thinking success porn stuff is. But what's also delusional too, and is also going to 100% influence you more than any other way of thinking, is negative thinking. If you think negatively, you will get negative outcomes. That is the answer. That has been proven true in so many different mediums, studies, a lot of objective data on that. If you think negatively, you will get negative outcomes, period. So all you guys that are nihilistic about women, nihilistic about relationships, dating, all that stuff, okay, I'm too short to get what I want with women. I don't have enough money. I'm not jacked enough. Well, that guy's good looking. I'm not good looking enough. We talk about those black pill type of people, right? That the black people taking the black pill, right? It never works out, blah, blah, right? Everything's out of my control. That's negative thinking. It's not real. But you will be 100% correct. Okay, that negative mindset will influence you for negative. It will cause negative outcomes. guaranteed. So what are you actually striving for? You're striving for a neutral mindset, okay? Or an objective mindset, we could call it. You're not trying to see things positively or negatively. You're just trying to see them as they are. So you want to see things as they are, complete no judgment on them whatsoever, no positive or negative spin. Just see it where it's at. So when you see things where they are, then you can start making decisions on how to get to where you want to be. All right? That's what you do. You take the action to get where you want to be because you see things objectively or how they are. All right? So that means that you avoid pitfalls by seeing things objectively and go, okay, here's some possible negative outcomes. So I'm going to do these actions to avoid that pitfall. And so I want this goal, so I'm going to do these actions to bring me closer to that goal. You see, and that is how you get results through objectivity, all right? By having a neutral or objective mindset, all right? And so most of you guys will have emotional connotations to the things that you're making decisions on, especially if we're talking about relationship decisions regarding sexual partners or women. You're going to be loaded with emotional reasoning there, which is going to cause you to think really negatively to avoid pain and past pain and trauma, or it's going to cause you to think really positively because of feel-good feelings. And all of those things are not going to help you make an objective decision, all right? So working towards outcome independence, doing mindset work, doing meditation, doing stuff like that to see things from a bigger picture will help you with all that stuff. That's why I got Apex Mindset, and people do consultation sessions with me and do therapy sessions with me, and we work on that mindset, all right? So you don't have negative emotional connotations on things that cause you to make bad choices, right? And cause you to not get what you want, or cause you whatever. You get it. Now, here's one small tip or tool kind of to end the video. It's something I got from military planning, and you'll like it, is take any decision that you're facing or anything that you're looking at and look at it like this. Look at, well, what is the best case scenario here? What is the worst case scenario? Of course, within the boundaries of reason, right, and probability, okay? You want to stay within reality, but what's the best way? What's my positive thinking way? And what's my negative thinking way? All right? What's best case scenario, worst case scenario? And then think, what's the most probable scenario? Okay? And then you think of a bunch of actions and things you can do to avoid that worst case scenario or negative outcomes, and to approach or go towards the positive outcome or the best case scenario. That will help you stay objective if you can compartmentalize and go, what's the best? So I'm looking at committing to this woman, let's say. What's the best case scenario with this person? You know what I mean? Well, what's the worst case scenario? What's the red flags I'm looking at? What are the potential pitfalls with her? What should I be concerned about? All right, what's the most probable scenario? All right. And now now you can decide if it's even a good decision or not to get in a relationship with that person or give them your commitment. But then from there, okay, so let's say you decide to give them the commitment because probable scenario looks pretty good. Well, what are the things I can do to avoid? So she has some red flags, some potential things. How can I handle her in the relationship? What are some things I can do so that we avoid these negative outcomes, all right? And what are the things I can do so we can move towards the positive? See how that works? So that's a very practical tool you can use to stay objective. Objectivity is the key to success in probably most everything. I think that's arguably true. And so hopefully this video will help you with that. Thanks again for the support.